It's that time yet again. It is time to cast some Nagas and some spells. If you guys have been watching this channel for a while, you know that Naga Mage is one of my favorite archetypes of all time. So go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel in order to let me know that you want more Naga Mage, because this deck is just a lot of fun, and I just have to say that it's super amazing to see CJ Kaka hitting rank 1 legend yet again with this deck. And the reason why I'm showcasing this deck is not just because he hit rank 1 legend with it, but I am seeing more players actually try out a SIF version of Naga Mage. So let's just go ahead and look at this deck real quick, and I've got some insane game clips coming up ahead to where it turns out SIF in this deck actually makes a lot of sense as long as you can cut out the right amount of cards. But cards like Discovery of Magic work really well in Naga Mage as, like, you know, a 1-mana spell that helps you ramp up the Naga combo while also giving you even more spells to just keep pumping and pumping and pumping. And this is just something I love about Naga Mage. If you know how to play this deck, it is legitimately the best deck in the game that you can hit rank 1 legend with consistently. And I can't believe this is just another thing that is happening. Like, I was not imagining SIF actually making it into this deck, but in one of the games coming up ahead, I ended up doing the Siren combo to where I could play the SIF in addition to doing everything with my mana. So just Naga Mage is back yet again, but I have to tell you guys before we start showing you what cards to keep and whatnot, that this is probably the hardest deck, if not one of the hardest decks in Hearthstone's history to ever graze the game. So it's like you cannot play this game, or you cannot play this deck without, you know, essentially falling over a couple of times and making a lot of mistakes as you realize how difficult this deck actually is to pilot, because we got the reverb back in the deck. And the reason why I decided to not to wait to make this video is because I saw a lot of Naga Mage lists that were running around with like the 4-drop mech that deals AoE on your spell school count. But that card didn't really seem that good to me. When I first played the list, I was like, there's something missing here. I don't think I like the list that's running around. And then, literally that same day, CJ ended up posting this deck, showing us the power of 1 Reverberations yet again, because you can just main deck 1, you can have Vast Wisdom in order to find you another one, and now the Reverberations is not getting nerfed. I don't have to, you know, skip this video, essentially, because the deck would be dead. I would actually think this deck would be absolutely dead if Reverberations was 4 mana, because then you don't have that consistency off the Vast Wisdom to find you another one. Playing Reverberations for 4 mana with the Siren combo, maybe it wouldn't actually just like straight up kill the deck, but I think it would significantly weaken the deck because of Vast Wisdom not being able to pull the Reverberations. But oh my god, you can still do reverb SIF combos with a bunch of little bits of spell damage. You have ways of being able to reduce cards with the Infinitize the Maxitude, and as well, of course, your Vast Wisdoms as well. So there's just a lot of ways for this deck in order to generate a lot of value. And looking ahead at the stats here, the Hunter matchup seems to be pretty freaking good, all things considered, even though there is this 6-9 record as of the second build of the deck. And I just wonder if that's a variance thing, if anything. But almost every single matchup except for Death Knight ends in a positive win rate for Naga Mage. 60% win rate over about 150 games in total, and then 34-21 with this most recent build, which I just think just sells me on this archetype yet again to the point where I might end up throwing my ranks again when playing this deck. But oh my god, Naga Mage is back on the menu. So how exactly do we mulligan for this deck? Well, it's not that complicated. You keep Siren. There's your mulligan advice. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. But it's not that straight up. You can also keep Vicious Litter Spear and Enforcer in order to try and fight for tempo, as well as being able to draw the Siren as quickly as possible. I find it very interesting that Finley's mulligan win rate is actually extremely high, but obviously you don't want to keep the Finley. However, the reason why he's in this deck is so that way if you draw through like a bunch of your cards and like say you have 10 cards in hand and you still don't have Siren, you just literally play Finley in order to try and find that Siren. It's just literally that important to the deck. Like, you absolutely need your Siren. However, one thing that's very interesting about this deck is that if you go on the coin, then you actually have a reason to keep your Spell Coiler. And if we look at the mulligan win rate, it does have a pretty decent, mulligan win rate on the coin. Because there are some instances to where you can just coin and Dispel Coiler on your first turn as a way of just, putting something onto the board as well as giving yourself an extra spell. Fighting for tempo is the main reason to be doing this, especially if you already have Infinitize the Maxitude in hand. You can just easily play that card on turn 2, get the finale value, and then just continue getting discounted spells. But overall, you just want to keep the Siren, you just want to keep the 1-drop, and you want to keep the Crush Claw Enforcer. I would usually not keep Discovery of Magic, but I've had this rule with Discovery of Magic that you're never supposed to play it on turn 1. That's just factually not true, especially if you have like other cards in hand, like the Spell Coiler, like the Crush Claw Enforcer. These are all good reasons to just go ahead and jam the 1-drop, even though you may not find a class card that you will not have access to naturally in the deck. But it's just important to fight for tempo, to play your cards, to spend your mana, and to keep doing things until they die once you have the Siren combo. But the biggest thing about the Siren combo that I can give you guys some advice on right now is that you usually don't want to do this without a goal in mind. And what exactly do I mean by that? Yes, you can just like essentially make a very wide board and then maybe, you know, pressure your opponent with all the minions that you're playing. But if you're going up against like a control deck like Control Warrior or Blood DK, for example, then summoning a big board is usually not good enough unless it's like super early and they don't have like Corpse Explosion ready to go, or maybe you have the read that the Warrior doesn't have Brawl. It depends on the situation. But what's going on with this combo is that you usually want to be like, all right, I have Vast Wisdom in hand, I have Reverberations in hand, and I don't have SIF yet. Maybe there's a way where I can find a bunch of cards to help draw through my deck. Maybe that's something I want to do in order to help set up the SIF combo. Maybe something that you want to do is to try and find specific cards so that way, for example, you can throw some of the damage to face and then set up a two-turn kill, depending on what cards are available in hand. You can fight for tempo against, like, Hunters, for example, or against, like, other mages to where you don't, you know that they don't have actual, like, AoEs, because Sif Mage isn't really running the AoE nowadays. Like, they do have the Mech Boy, but if they haven't played a lot of spell schools, that's what I'm referring to where you can essentially catch them with their pants down. It's like, wait a minute, I wasn't expecting this, and now I can't deal with the board because my Mech Boy does not deal enough damage now. So this is the key thing about this deck. You kind of have to know what your opponent is doing. When you're doing the Siren combo, you have to ask yourself, am I just building a board, or am I trying to cycle through my deck, or am I trying to deal a bunch of damage right now? Those are the questions you have to be asking before you just randomly pop off your Siren combo and essentially throw the game because you threw away the best card and then it just gets cleared. So if you have any questions about how to pilot this deck, go ahead and put them in the comments below, and I'll try to get to as many of them as possible because this is a deck that really depends on the situation in every single game on whether or not I can offer good advice or not, because there may be some things that a seasoned Naga Mage player will just instantly grab onto, while newer players are going to be completely clueless that they even have that as a possibility. And don't forget, if you do enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified about any of our future updates. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck intro, and we'll see you for the next video. Okay, so I'll go ahead and keep the Treasure Guard. Just a good card to play on 3. So maybe it was worth keeping the 2-drop, but okay, well, it looks like we got it now. Looks normal now. Yeah, I'm looking on the stream myself, and there are some moments that make me raise an eyebrow. Okay, well, I could just still play this, so I'm still gonna play this because tempo is still good. I don't think we play this, though. I don't have a spell, and I don't want to waste the value. Playing a 2-3, essentially a River Croc, is not worth it. Okay, now I have... Dude, come on. Game. Every time I play Naga Mage, I feel like the game punishes me for it. Maybe they turn to Dirty Rat. Dude, I actually had like an insane couple of games with Mech Rogue the other day. Like literally yesterday. Since I threw out my back, I was still playing Hearthstone. But I was playing Hearthstone in bed. And oh my god, dude, I had 2 really insane things that I really wish I had streamed. I had an opponent play Dirty Rat on turn 2, and they pulled out my my Voltron. They pulled out the Titan, and they immediately conceded. I wish I could have recorded that. I really wish I could have recorded that for the Twitter. Because that would have been a great thing to tag Zacho in right there. Okay, at least I can play a spell now. Does that count as a shadow spell? It's nothing. Okay, Cold Case for board. Also gives me a Frost card. I don't think we cared too much about a Fireball. So I can Cold Case into Discovery now. Either that or I could throw this into Discovery, but I feel like this is just better, right? But yeah, that happened, and then I had the sweetest Yogg, and it ended up winning me the game. I'm super mad that this wasn't recorded, but like, I ended up playing Yogg. I don't know what the other 2 spells were, but the last 2 spells were Fires of Sinazari, and then to the front lines when I had no minions on the field, and my opponent had, I think, 1 minion on the field. So I just pulled, like, 5 or 6 minions from my deck, and they were, like, they weren't, like, insane, but they were stats. I needed the stats at the time, and it was fucking nuts. Like, I really wish I had those games recorded. It would have been sick. But here we are, without the recordings. Okay, so I think I'm still gonna go for this play, because I want to try and find a spell school card. Fell? I need a fell, but I don't want to play the fell this way. I mean, I guess, you know what? I could just do it. I could just do it this way. This goes here. This trades here. Does this die? It doesn't die. Very sad. But Frozen Touch is closer to being infused. So I can maybe, like, pressure my opponent with some tempo here. I just lost versus the craziest shaman of my life. Wait, what do you mean the craziest shaman of your life? Meaning they were playing a crazy deck, or they did something insane? I had a priest dirty wrap me on turn 3. Getting Mr. Mucklow on the board and him not having to light it burns was very nice. Yes to both? What was he playing? It had to be other side shaman, right? I mean, it had to be. What other deck is there for shaman? It's other side shaman or bust, dude. Alright, get lucky. Kill the minion, please. Come on! Come on, man! Oh, I am not getting lucky today. Okay, damage for the SIF is good, so I just gotta focus on playing school cards. I've got this to draw a Naga, this to discover a spell. Joe Bro, greetings from Germany, thanks for the videos. Yo, no problem, is that, let's see. Thornen. Thornen. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Good to have you here, dude. I'm glad you enjoy the content. It was other side and it was fucking crazy the first time I saw it. It's a really fun deck when it works. It's an extremely fun deck when it works. Alright, Sif is only a +3, but I have 3 cards I can cast with it. So all I have to do is just focus on playing spells I haven't played yet. I don't think I've technically played a fire. I have another bolt now. I'll never be the same. I guess that just gives me a reason to play the Geyser. Here we go. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking here. Don't need to tempo this because I could just keep I could just keep up the minion pressure. But Sif is now +4, which means this into this 3, 6, 6 + 8, 14. 14 with the other Frozen Touch. If I make it to turn 10, we're definitely winning this game. Why does mobile Hearthstone still have 0 replays or VOD review capability? I mean, dude, you can't get mad at Hearthstone for not having replays available. If anything, you have to get mad at HS Replay for not having a mobile deck tracker. And in all honesty, that would be really hard to do. I think that mobile deck tracking is a really hard concept to you know, get out the gate sooner rather than later. I wouldn't be upset about that. That has nothing to do with small indie company, though. It's the complete opposite, actually. Alright, so for 2 mana, how does he win? Let's see, I've got 6, put him at... Oh my god! What? But dude! But dude! Okay. Alright, that's fun, I guess. And it's people's my mistake. So do this. Frozen Touch is available now. I honestly don't even think I care too much about removing all of the minions. If anything, I should just like start just shoving shit to the face. 3 spells. I don't have a way of playing 3 spells and the commander all in one turn. So we just throw this to the face. Discover a Naga. We find a Spell Coiler, which I wish I would have done first now. I could always just throw away the Frozen Touch, but that seems a bit wasteful. Especially considering next turn I do have, well, hold on a minute. I could play the Nagaling and then Zola the Nagaling, but that kind of tells my opponent what I'm attempting here. He's gonna summon Taunt next turn unless I stop him. Shit. Crap. This was a throw. This was a throw. Ah, damn. No, not a good start. Not a good start, dude. This is not a good start. Because now all he has to do is just draw that goddamn healing card. And I just threw away a very valuable resource. I mean, I do have it in the Shavara. That's fine, though, right? Set this up by turn 10, win the game. Yeah, it's fine. We're fine. Do I get another infused one? I do get another infused one, so I can just try to close the gap as quickly as possible here. But oh my god, that's a lot of damage now, dude. Ah. Oh my god, dude. No, I don't want to dance. This is not the time for happiness. This is the time for math, and I don't even know, like, if I'm close to winning yet. Okay, so I played an arcane spell. This is 5 now. If I just throw stuff to the face, he's gonna just kill me, right? Like, he can't activate the last ability. What if I find a reverb from this? Sounds like a Clark problem? Yeah, it definitely is. Gotta start university in 2 weeks? Oh, dude, I can't even think about that right now. Doing college? Doing college when there's Hearthstone to be done? I can't even think about it. Literally is immeasurable. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to polymorph a minion, right? Just polymorph this to deal 4 instead of dealing 6. There's not a lot of spell damage in his deck. He could do an AoE, but if he does AoE, like, I have SIF plus... So I have 15. Oh, dude, it's not enough to kill him. Oh, it's, like, actually not enough to just win the game. I would need Naga combo. Like, I unironically need to find the Siren. He buffed the wrong card. Okay, good thing that missed. That would have actually killed me. Woo! Woo! It's fun. Oh, are you going for game design? Now that does sound fun. That sounds like something I wish I could have, like, figured out a way to get into. Oh my god, wait, there's Siren. Wait, that's lethal now, right? Naga? Wait, Naga? Spell. Naga. I guess I didn't need to go to this great length, but I did anyway, just to prove a point. And how I had, like, another 8 damage ready to go, and this is, like, one way that Sif can work with Nagas. Alright, cool. Alright, I got the W. And it was all because I missed that +6/+6. If that went on the Sagiras, I would have lost. Not gonna lie, I do get mad from OTK, but with that just said, I think the game should have it. I just need to get good, really. I mean, and that's another thing, man. Like, the OTKs should exist, alright? They definitely should exist. But, like, the conception that I've been seeing is that we don't like uninteractive games. Alright, cool. You don't like uninteractive games. What happens when control literally runs rampant and then can't be countered because there's no OTK to keep it in check? Like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot of goalposts moving, and I don't like that in particular. With a lot of counters to OTK decks. Well, like, that's the thing, though. Like, at that point, you're just filling a control deck with Stompers, with Dirty Rats, and some other things, and there are some control decks that can't really do that. Like, a Control Warrior, for example. Control Warrior doesn't really feel like he can get away with running Rats. Because it doesn't have, like, the answers like Priest and Blood DK. So it's like, it depends. It really does depend. But if we're gonna talk about this, I'm literally gonna just... I'm gonna rant about it all day, essentially. Because I don't agree with all these opinions that are running around that, like, Nature Shamans shouldn't exist as a deck. And that's, like, another thing. Like, going back to, like, people not being able to play the deck properly, I somewhat agree with that take. Where it's, like, they can't play against it, and they also can't play it. So that makes you, like, that, and I'm not, like, I'm not saying this is, like, a way to, like, demean or, like, put down the people that don't know how to play these decks, but it is a frustrating experience when you see a deck beat you every single time, you play the deck yourself, and then for some reason you're like, why can't I get this deck to win? And that's just more so from, like, the difficulty of the deck and not really understanding how the deck operates versus just being on the other side of it all the time and then getting OTK'd by it. Again, this is not like Lamau skill diff get good. It's more so just a thing that the first time you pick up these decks, it's difficult. Like, Nature Shaman is not an easy deck to play. And if you are one of these people that's like Lamau, just OTKs on turn 6, or oh my god, the combo always happens. It's like, okay, what decks are you playing? How soon is the combo actually happening? And are you just misremembering? Because there is a lot of that. There is a lot of, like, misremembering where it's like, oh man, this deck killed me by this turn so frequently, and then it turns out it was like they went up against 3 Shamans and they got OTK'd maybe twice by it. I don't know. Again, I don't agree with the sentiment that's going around right now that these decks don't deserve to be in existence. I definitely don't agree with that take. Scalding Geyser for 1 mana? Just to have a 1 mana fire card? Sure. Did Outcast Demon Hunter just trade away all of his rush tokens? He did that because he wanted the Murlocula value, and he's going to be building up the exile value. Like, he's going up against Naga Mage. He doesn't have to do an insane amount of board generation. He just needs to keep me off the board, which was the right thing to do. Okay, so I have a bunch of 1 mana cards. I need
Anybody?
Alibi? Is it ever just Alibi? Because Alibi good going into the next turn? This is a decent chunk of damage. I think it's got to be the Alibi. I don't really need a random spell generation. So boom, 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 boom. Or actually, no, it's probably boom into boom, so we can boom and then boom, boom. Okay, I see now. Storm Priest? Wait, what about Storm Priest? I do like Frozen Throne, Paladin OTK, and Mechathoon. Those are good examples of OTK decks. I mean, okay, Exodia Paladin, yes. Mechathoon, maybe not so much. Mechathoon is sometimes hard to defend, and I can understand hating a deck like that. Let me out. I actually need to draw cards. Naga. Spell. Sure. Naga.
Anybody?
Spell. Naga.
Beyond your comprehension.
Spell. Naga. Spell. Alright, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Like, this deck doesn't have, yeah, there we go. Woo! Naga Mage! Somehow coming back against the unfavorable matchup? Sometimes you just need to do a good old-fashioned Naga combo. OTK quite often goes to how easy they are. I personally like the old OTK decks much more than the current ones, but that's my opinion. I mean, they were easier, dude. Like, the old OTK decks, like Mechathoon Druid, was just literally draw through your deck, empty your hand, play Mechathoon, kill it. Like, Naga Mage, Nature Shaman, Rainbow Mage, you have to play the game carefully at almost every single point in the game in order to make sure that you're playing the deck correctly. That's a hard thing to do, man. Like, you make a couple of mistakes, you throw away your win rate, like a ridiculous amount. Like, you could argue that, like, throwing away the Flame Geyser wasn't even, like, necessary. I mean, I do want to play this on 2 and this on 3. And since I already have this on 4, I just need to do something to bridge the gap and then combo on 5 if I have it. But, like, again, dude, like, it is so much harder to play these OTK decks. Like, it's not like Garrote Rogue levels of difficulty, but it's still up there, man. Why do I feel like after I get better, I get worse? What is your gold standard for OTK? Bro, I would say, like, the gold standard for OTK is honestly, like, Rainbow Mage and the way... the way that Rainbow Mage and Nature Shaman are right now. You build up the entire game in order to hopefully have, like, this really good high roll. Or you have, like, this consistent OTK possible. Shirvallah Paladin, I'm not too sure about Shirvallah Paladin. Because, that was technically an OTK deck, but that had a lot of setup to it. But that is another good example. I think that, Exodia Paladin might be another good example where it's like, I have to get coins. And if you prevent me from getting coins, then you do get to disrupt me. Ooh, Explosive Runes. Wait, is it ever Seafloor Gateway for 2 mana, now that I have this already in hand? I feel like that actually does make a lot of sense. The Titans meta is such a disaster, they better show the nerf soon. How is it a disaster, though, Garv? If anything, I love this meta right now. I don't understand how it's a disaster. Like, not trying to, like, call you out in particular, but what makes it a disaster in your opinion? I want to do this for debate reasons, not to, like, Lamau, you don't like the meta, I'm ashamed of you. Like, I don't want to do that. But, like, I really like this meta right now. And I feel like if you just don't like the meta decks, then that's you know, a fine opinion to have. But I think this is like the most balanced like first week that we've had in quite some time. Or like, well, we're on the second week, third week now. It's been 2 full weeks. And after 2 full weeks of a meta, people do get, you know, a little bit, what's the word? I guess tired of certain things. Getting high rolled, feeling like the same deck is beating us all the time. Okay, so this is looking really good. This is looking really good. Next time, probably just do this, go wide. Legit the most unfun I've had ever. It's just Hunter and Hunter and Hunter. Warrior is completely unplayable, and the cards in general are just too fast. Okay, so Hunter is ruining the game for you right now. Okay, alright. Now we've identified the problem. I would somewhat agree that, like, Hunter is way overtuned right now, but the moment that you hit Legend, Hunter starts to really fall out. Because the decks, like, SIF... Okay, hold on. Let's take a look at the data. Take a look at the data, because I need to know exactly what Hunter loses to. So, like, Hound Hunter, for example. Hound Hunter loses to Pure Paladin, Drum Druid, Thaddeus Warlock, and Mechro. Which are decks that definitely see play at top Legend, but it beats almost... It pretty much virtually beats everything else with, like, a 60, damn near 70% win rate. Arcane Hunter, Secret Hunter, loses to Hound Hunter. I know that for a fact. What else does it lose to? It loses to Thaddeus Warlock. It's got a lot of 50-50 matchups. Okay, yeah, I mean, I can understand, like, the sentiment towards Hunter. But, like, that is, like, an opinion I don't really hear a lot, where it's like, oh my god, Hunter is making me not want to play the game right now. From what I'm hearing, there's a lot of people that don't want OTK decks to exist right now. Which I can somewhat understand, but I really like what the OTK decks give us. At least versus Rainbow Mage, you can rat out the SIF. Hunter is just pure good cards. And I would agree with that. I'm top 200 in his 50% Hunter games. I'm not seeing that much Hunter. Like, I see it, but it's not like a majority of my games. At least not right now. Okay. All I need to do is just get rid of the Amalgam. Okay, so next turn I can go for combo. I just want more HP. So you want Renathal unnerved. I think my favorite meta deck was at the start of the expansion, before Priest, of the start of the previous expansion, before Priest, and when I can get over 100 life as DK. See, and a lot of people would be like, oh, I hate those kind of decks. Wait, this guy's also playing Naga Mage. Wait a minute, is he playing the same deck? Wait a minute, I'm about to pop off combo. I'm about to do the thing. He's running Audio Amplifier? What? Okay, but the reason why I think this meta is, like, really fun is because there are a lot of archetypes that are performing very well. I definitely think that Hunter needs to be tuned down. But there's a lot of stuff that's, like, doable right now. This is never Kidnap, right? Okay, cool. Naga. Spell. Naga.
Anybody?
I think this is just fine to pick, even though he knows it. Spell. Naga. Spell. Naga. Spell. This is a useless card. Okay, Naga. Spell. I wish I could have found a way to knock this out, but... I mean, I got 2 secrets up. I get my Infinitize back. It's really hard for him to deal with the 2-5. This is looking really good. I've come to the stream to hand out and spam some emotes. Good. Good. It's always acceptable to spam emotes. I feel like I should just put it in my title at this point. Yeah, but 1 HKO decks you can somewhat counter. Wait, what does HKO mean? I'm assuming that has to do with, like, a turn kill, right? But yeah, like, the point that I'm trying to make is that, like, there may be some decks and some, like, archetypes that are frustrating to go up against, but it's not like they're unbeatable. Like, Hunter is probably the most unbeatable thing right now, and there are ways of beating Hunter, because otherwise, top Legend would be nothing but Hunter decks. But it's like, things are still evolving. Like, now Naga Mage, like, I saw a lot of Naga Mages yesterday when I was playing, in bed. And like, oh my god, I was thinking, wait a minute, Naga SIF Mage, is this deck like legit? And now I'm seeing a bunch of it today. Oh, one-hit knockout? Okay, alright. One-hit knockout decks you could somewhat counter. Maybe I cry because I'm one of the 4 people that try and make Odin Warrior work, but in all honesty, if I'm going to play Hunter, why bother when Hunter is almost at 60%? That's almost the same as Galakron Shaman had on its peak. The thing about Warrior that I can definitely understand is that Warrior was good, and then Warrior became one of the best decks, and then it gradually became, like, the worst deck. Like, there was, like, no in-between. There was no time between for Warrior to, like, feel like it was really good. And I can definitely understand, like, being frustrated about that in particular. Okay, I think I want to play this.
It's my turn.
So I'll go ahead and just play the Finley. This is on spell, right? Yeah, this is on spell. I had a lot of spells in hand, but I need to make room on the board. Gotta make that room. And I have plenty of card draw from these. Not a single spell. Not a single spell. Alright, cool. Good to know. Good to know. I could just go face and just ignore him. Because, I mean, he has to do something, right? Next minion that he plays gets essentially countered, so he goes for the combo himself. If you survive long enough to Sargeras, that's it. The biggest thing about Hunter is that you have to challenge them for tempo. Like this deck, for example. Okay, maybe this deck isn't the greatest example, but like Drum Druid, for example, has a pretty good win rate against Hound Hunter because as soon as you make a big board, they can't counter it. Arcane Hunter might be a little bit worse because they actively push pressure, but like the moment you make the big board, you just win the game. You can out-tempo them. It just sometimes is really difficult to accomplish. Yeah, what's going on, Swarm G? I hope you're having a nice day today. I'm having a pretty good day. I threw out my back yesterday, so I had to take a break, which was really embarrassing. Like, I literally woke up, I stretched a bit too much, because I do like a morning stretch. Go, like, side to side, and, can't really do that right now. Still kind of hurts. But, like, I legitimately threw out my back to where it's, like, I could not grab this, like, thing and raise it up and down without, like, debilitating pain. So I took yesterday to, oh my god, he has the AoE. Oh my god, he has the AoE! Wait. Naga, spell. Naga.
Beyond your comprehension.
Spell.
As if I could be cleverer.
Naga. Spell. Naga. Spell. Looking pretty good, honestly. Looking pretty decent. Do this for a new spell school. Consecration? I mean, it's gotta be Consecration, holy card. Sif is at 4, but I don't have damage cards. Okay, alright, hold on. Maybe, dude, I actually might need to get a massage, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I might actually need to get a massage so that way I can have someone, like, kind of, like, rearrange this back into the place it's supposed to be. But dude, massages are fucking expensive, dude. They are expensive for the good ones. You can cheat out with Symphony. I mean, yeah, but you don't want to just be like, oh, you have an answer if you have a high roll into a high roll. Chiropractors are cheaper. It's not my spine that needs readjusting though. It's a legitimate muscle. Like I ended up turning a bit too hard, and because of that, it fucked me up. It fucked me up pretty hard. Okay, so this is 4. What can I do? So I have a Naga, right? Okay, so I start with Naga. I could probably just play this in order to just get it out of hand. Spell. Naga.
Anybody?
Do I care about Alibi? I don't think I do, but at the same time, I have to, like, kind of, like, anticipate that I could get killed. Spell. 1 mana reverb. Oh my god. Naga. Spell. Naga. spell. Alright, that works pretty well. So I need another Flame Geyser in order to, like, win the game going into next turn. Because I've got Sif. Okay, I also haven't played a Shadow spell yet. So Sif is going to be at plus 14 once I make the copy of it. So yeah, one more damage card. If I could just draw the other Geyser, then we just win. What did I put to the bottom of my deck? What did I put at the bottom of my deck? I am not sure. I mean, now I don't have enough Nagas in order to do the Siren Reverb combo. Discovery of Magic? I could freeze a minion. Haven't played a Shadow spell yet. So I could technically Reverb a minion, ping it off. So Reverb, ping, Frozen Touch. That is 7 mana. I still have mana to play this. Oh, that works. So now that I have 2 damage cards with plus 14 spell damage, I am fine to win the game. As long as I don't die here somehow. If I do this, it could potentially be Hidden Meaning, and I don't want to give him any more damage, so we just end our turn. Okay, alright, hold on a minute, hold on. Checked out any more of the Warning? Or didn't want to risk starting a headbang with a bad back. Nah, I haven't checked them out. But I feel like I should. Okay, so he's playing Artificer. Wait, he's not playing... Is he not playing Nagas? I don't think they're playing Nagas. Because, like, the only Naga that's come out has been the Vicious Slither Spear. This is just pretty much just SIF Mage. Let's see. Okay, so 14, 28. 28 plus 5? Oh my god, if he gains any more armor, this could be a problem. Oh no. This is not good. This is not good. I was winning the game, and now there's a chance that I don't win the game. Oh wait, it's at plus 8. Wait, so it's 16. 16, 32. 32 plus 5. That's lead. That's, wait, no, no, no. No! 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 Wait, 32 plus 5, 37? Wait, no, 30, yeah, we still got it. We still got it, right? Like, I'm not tripping. We're still, it's still GG. He's at 30, he's at 36. Sif plus 1 mana reverb. That's 16. 16, 32 with 2 spells, 32 plus 5. That is GG. I'm not fucking up this math, right?
A conundrum.
I'm not fucking up the math. Not zombies. Yeah, dude, there might actually be some real goddamn potential with this deck.